That thing just like slices through the pins. Funky hit there. There, that's my favorite hit.
Welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids. Jimu is back and we're going to talk about this new Tundra Fire from Track. Now we got our lefty specialist Barks out on the lanes today, and he's going to compare this ball to one of his current favorite pearls, the Sensor Pearl from Track. So we got a symmetric pearl here in this Tundra Fire. It's a very mid-performance bowling ball. It's not going to do anything crazy in the back end, nor start up really early, not going to be your hook monster. But we are looking to see how the HK22 Coverstock performs on this Track bowling ball. So this is the second of 2 Track releases, as well as the Kinetic Cobalt that features this HK22 Coverstock. And as we know, it's been looking good on a lot of different bowling balls from the Brunswick family, and I'm excited to see how it looks on this one. Now compared to the Track Sensor Pearl here, it should be longer and sharper. Now the reason for this is the high RG in the core. It's going to make that ball go down the lane a bit further before it starts to hook, as well paired with the HK22 Coverstock. As we know, it's going to be a bit sharper off the back end. So a bit longer, a bit sharper. Today Barks is bowling on carbon, which is our house shot here at Lucky 9, 42 feet, a lot of miss room in the middle, a lot of dry boards on the outside, so we should see quite a few strikes from him. Shout out to all of our JR Pro Shop members. Thank you so much for becoming part of our community. If you want early access to videos, some coaching, and some free merch, click the join button below. That's enough in here. Let's send it out to lefty Barks on the lanes.
Hey everyone, Barks is back with the new Tundra Fire. Now we're not going to start with this one. I want to start with the ball that I typically would go to if the conditions get a little bit burnt up, the fronts start to go a little bit, and that's the Track Sensor. So normally if the front part of the lane starts to go, you kind of migrate in to find more oil. So I'm going to try playing a little bit more in and a little bit slower. Got that I went a little bit too far left, but you can see when that encounters the friction, it doesn't go sideways. That's what I like about that ball, is that it's a controllable symmetric pearl. I think there's more room to move a little bit right. I like when I get that little kick there. That's my favorite hit. So this one floats down the lane. It does read the mid a little bit, but it doesn't go sideways off the friction. That's what I really like about it. I think we're going to see something different when I throw the Tundra. Let's throw one more with this one. A little funky hit there. Yeah, you can see how round that sensor is. I think we're going to see something different with the Tundra here. Now, the Tundra is high RG, low diff. Typically what that means is length through the front takes a long time for the core to get into a roll. And low diff is not going to make it hook too much. Now we do have Hyperkinetic 22 in this one, which is a rare thing to see on a low-end ball. But I think we'll see a very different ball motion here. There we go. You can definitely see that ball takes a long time to get into a roll. When it sees friction, it really goes sideways. I think I can actually move right. I gotta be pretty slow. Yeah, that thing just like slices through the pins. I'm about 5 boards further right than I was with the sensor, and I got a lot more down lane recovery. Ooh, a late tap of the 7 there. Question time with Barks. Now, I don't want to talk about the bowling ball here. I want to talk about you guys. Now, it's the end of the fall season. We got some spring leagues coming up, maybe some tournaments. I want to know, what are you bowling in the spring? You got leagues coming up, you got tournaments? Let me know which ones down in the comments. I can keep moving right, because the ball's still coming back from that spot. Move a couple more. Ooh, that one barely made it. I think there's a little speed and hand adjustment there. I think we can make it do its thing. All right, let's try a little slower and a little bit more around it. I want to see this thing boomerang. Oh, it's close. All right, maybe a little too deep on that one. Let's move a couple back left. Strike here and send it home. Oh, there it is. Let's send it back to the shop.
Alright, I'm back from the lanes. Let's talk a little bit more about the Tundra Fire. Now I compare this against a ball I like to use when the lanes are a little more burnt up, which for me was the sensor for a long time. I like to see shapes that aren't so sharp down lane, that are a little bit more mid-laney, and this definitely provides that. If I'm looking for something that gets a little bit more through the front and corners a little bit harder, this Tundra Fire definitely does its job. So bowling in this center, there isn't as much friction as there is in other places, so I do throw the sensor quite a bit, especially later in a league session, game 3, game 4, when the fronts start to go a bit and I can't move super far right, and I want to play a little bit straighter, the sensor really comes in handy, but I do go to some places that have a lot more built-in friction. In places like that, I think I need a ball like this Tundra Fire here. So higher RG, it's got a cleaner, more responsive cover stock to it, especially in longer tournament formats. There's a lot more bowling balls going down the lane. The front part of the lane starts to get really chewed up. And the sensor here is a ball that's been in my tournament bag for a long time. I think this Tundra Fire here is going to take its place in certain situations, and it's really going to depend on the tournament format and the actual lane surface we're bowling on. So to me, I think each of them is different enough and serves its own purpose. At first glance, this ball just visually looks a lot like a track heat from back in the day, especially that flaming T logo. Really like to see that. Ball reaction wise, they're totally different. And the biggest difference is the actual core dynamics. So you're really high RG that's going to get the ball going way down the lane before that core gets into motion. On the heats, it's a little bit lower, so that ball's going to hook a little bit closer to you. So as far as who would I recommend a ball like this for, it could be anybody who's bowling in like longer tournament formats, bowling on higher friction lane surfaces, especially wood, and bowlers who are a little bit rev dominant that need help getting the ball to travel further down the lane. If any of these sound like you, maybe it's a good idea to take a look at this Tundra Fire. That about wraps it up in here. If you're looking for a new ball like a Tundra Fire, or any ball for that matter, anything bowling related, make sure you take a look at shop.bufabowling.com. Use our promo code JungoBarks to get 10% off your entire order. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.